Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Legion Field in Roseburg, Oregon on this beautiful day for baseball. It is Doc Stewart's baseball for you here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Welcome into today's season opening broadcast as the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts begin the 2018 summer here at home against the visiting Mid-Valley SouthPaws. Looking forward to a lot of fun at the ballpark, not only today but this season, and we're happy to have Doc Stewart's baseball on the radio once again here on 1490 The Score. We've got a lot in store for you this summer as the Docs break in a fairly young roster that does not have a lot of experience at this AAA level in American Legion baseball, but it is a club that's got a lot of experience winning. Last year, many of these players were on the Pepsi Bottle Caps team that went deep into the postseason. You've also got plenty of players coming from teams that went deep into the postseason with their high school teams this spring. So we look forward to a lot of great games this year here on 1490 The Score. And once again, we will have games streaming online at 541radio.com. Just visit 1490 The Score's homepage there, and you'll find the links to be able to watch games live online. We should have as many games as we can get, barring any technical difficulties. We'll have games streaming, and we'll get them all, as many as we can, online for you streaming there. You can also listen to the games streaming online at 541radio.com or on the 541 Radio app, and you can, of course, find the games here on the radio on 1490 The Score. A very good afternoon to you here on this Sunday, overcast day here in Roseburg, but good enough to play, too, as the Dr. Stewarts welcome in the Mid-Valley Southpaws for a doubleheader. Mid-Valley comes in 3 games already under their belt. We'll break that down more coming up throughout today's pregame show. The pregame show brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be Lumber One. We get ready for our pregame coaches interview with head coach Scott Shaver, brought to you by Oregon Coach Crafters, coming up next here on the show. But we want to remind our listeners that this season it pays to be here at Legion Field for Doc Stewart's home games. 1490 The Score and the News Review are back again this season. They are offering the $1,000 giveaway for a no-hitter. If the Docs pitch a no-hitter here at home this season, one lucky fan in the stands will win a grand from 1490 The Score and the News Review. Sign up at the souvenir stand before Dr. Stewart's home games, and if a no-hitter's thrown, we'll draw a winner at the end of the baseball game. So pretty exciting there. Make sure you're here at Legion Field for home games this season. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we hear from head coach Scott Shaver. It's our Oregon Coach Crafters pregame coaches interview after this 2-minute break here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. It's time now in the pregame to get a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Shaver before game one of the season for the Dr. Stewarts. It's our Oregon Coach Crafters Coach's Corner, the best care in RV services and repair. That's Oregon Coach Crafters. Coach Shaver here with us. Coach, game one of the season. Always got to be feeling excited, maybe a little nervous, all those kind of things going into it here. Did you sleep much last night getting excited for today?
No, I don't think I've slept for about a week. That's all right. No, we're excited to be here. Get some of the jitters out, get this first doubleheader out of the way. Looking forward to seeing what we see.
Today, we get ready to see the new roster, see what these guys have coming together here this season. Always early on in the season is kind of a trial and error, kind of figure out what pieces fit where for you. These early games, 2 today against Mid-Valley, how much do you kind of tinker with things? Guys maybe don't play a full game like you might do later on in the season in a league game. Are you kind of trying to piecemeal things together, see what guys have, or do you kind of approach it as a real game where you leave a guy in if he's doing well?
Oh, yeah, they're all real. But now, what I'll do is I'm going to tinker for the next week and a half pretty heavy. But we'll tinker with complete games. Once a guy gets out there, I'm going to see him run a full game, see what he does. Pitching, not so much. We'll piece that together a little bit. But everybody else can get a game at a time. And we'll use these two, the two against Grants Pass early in the week and some into that Eugene tournament to really kind of get a feel of where we're at.
This early season, trying to get guys used to playing with each other, get guys familiar with each other. How much do you spend time working on those kind of things to just familiarize and get everybody kind of on the same page with each other?
We'll be working on that all through June. Learning all the names, getting everything done that way. So, it's a process every summer. These kids are hungry. They're ready to go. They've been here for 3 hours already today. So I think we're excited, and we're going to try and play some baseball.
Coming in today, it's Mid-Valley, a team that we've seen to start out the season for the last couple of years. It seems like that's a team that's always there right at the top of the schedule. This side, they've got a pretty experienced team coming back. What do you kind of expect to see out of the opponent today?
I expect them to play. They're well coached. Troy Babbitt does a great job with him, and so does his staff. They're an older group. They're going to be ready to go. So I expect it to be a tough test right out of the gate, which is exactly the way we want.
For you guys, obviously you want to try and be as full strength as you can be, but at this time of year there's things like graduation and plenty of other things that can be distractors. How are you guys coming into today? You got everybody here and ready for you?
Yeah, we're all here. We're all here and ready to go. This group has been excited to go. We don't have a whole lot of older guys, so we haven't worried a whole lot about graduation, but they got graduated. I do have some Roseburg seniors that may be a little bit tired today, but other than that, no, I think we're good to go.
We'll be talking with one of those seniors coming up in between games, Garrett Russell, our player interview coming up later today. But Coach, thanks so much for the time here in the pregame. Best of luck to you as we start off another Doc Stewart season together.
Thanks, Joey, and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Coach. That's Coach Scott Shaver there, our Oregon Coach Crafters pregame coaches interview, the best care in RV services and repair. That's Oregon Coach Crafters. Back with more of our Budget Lumber pregame show after this here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back here for our final segment of the Budget Lumber pregame show. Budget Lumber, everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be number one. Getting ready for today's ball game. They're announcing the teams down on the field. We'll have your starting lineups here in just a moment from Legion Field. But as we get ready for it, taking a look at today's weather, 64 degrees as we get ready for first pitch here in Roseburg. There is some rain in the forecast coming up, but it looks like may hold off until we get done with our doubleheader here today. Temperature is going to be sticking in the mid to low 60s throughout the contest. Overcast day, plenty of clouds in the sky, so not going to be a sunshiny day to start out the season, but nonetheless, it's going to be a nice day here at the ball field. Docs will be back here tomorrow for another home game, and it looks like we could almost reach 80 degrees tomorrow, so going to be quite a different feel at the field coming up tomorrow. That is your weather report brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. We don't have haircut styles at 541radio.com, but we do have today's game streaming live for you there. Check that out on the 1490 The Score homepage. Today's uniforms, Doc Stewart's wearing orange on top today with the gray trousers, white trousers, red tops on the other side for the visiting Mid-Valley Rockets. That is your Hammer Sport, Douglas County, Hammer Sport uniform description, Douglas County's hottest custom sportswear store for custom team jerseys, hats, and more. Find them at downtown Roseburg on Jackson Street. That is Hammer Sport, our uniform description sponsor. Getting ready for first pitch. We'll have that for you as we get you your starting lineups coming up here after this break. Your starting lineups brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control. Back with more Doc Stewart's baseball after this final 2-minute break here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Well, we get ready for first pitch of the 2018 season. The Doc Stewarts and the Mid-Valley Rockets, they are the SouthPaws now, used to be the Mid-Valley Rockets, We get ready to go as the Docs will take the field in that bright orange, white numbers on the backs. Dr. Stewart's across the chest on the front side. Again, the uniform description brought to you by Hammer Sport in downtown Roseburg on Jackson Street. We will get you your starting lineups brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. First, we take a look at the starting batting lineup for Troy Babbitt in the Mid-Valley Southpaws. He'll lead things off with Kevin Crowell, the right fielder, followed by the shortstop, Caleb Beach. Taylor Holder is the center fielder, hitting third, followed by the cleanup man, Evan Cyrus, the catcher. Cody Johnson will DH, batting in the 5 spot. Johnson hitting for today's pitcher, Jace Lean. Cooper Hartzell, the third baseman, bats 6, followed by Tanner Rice, the first baseman. Cade Perizzo is the second baseman. He bats 8th, and the 9-hitter is Brendan Bliss playing in left field. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. Looking around the diamond, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. Your starting defensive lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the mound will be righty Zach Mandera from Roseburg High School. Mandera will toe the rubber. Throws in to Kyler Leichner back behind the plate. At first base is Jonathan Stone. Jacob Luther will play at second base. Cody Johnson at short. Cade Meisner will be at the hot corner at third. In the outfield from left to right, you've got Zach Holland, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. And that is your look around the diamond, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. Getting ready for the first pitch of 2018 for the Doc Stewarts. The Mid-Valley Rockets make that the Southpaws. Come in 0-3 on the year so far. A loss to Eugene and 2 losses last night against Grants Pass. They have yet to play at home. This will be their 4th game of the season. All of them have been on the road. Stepping in, Kevin Crowell, the right fielder, will bat first against Mandera. The righties, first pitch, swing and a miss. And we are underway. Strike 1 to start out the ball game. Zach Mandera at Roseburg High School during the spring, a 7-2 record. A 2.49 ERA through 61 and 2/3 innings. Had a great spring. Another first-team all-conference selection for him. Gets a foul ball off the bat for Crowell, and he is down to an 0-2 count. Kevin Crowell, leadoff man, comes from Lebanon High School. Will go to Pacific next year to play ball. First-team all-state selection for Lebanon. The righty 0-2 pitch is high. And it'll go 1-2. Underway here with the 2018 season. We welcome you in. Happy to have you with us here for another season of Docs on the radio. As a breaking ball misses for Mandera, gives him a 2-2 count against Crowell leading things off. Nobody on, nobody out as we lead things off here in the top of the first inning. Mandera winds and fires the 2-2. Swing, and that one roped down the left field line, foul. It'll stay a 2-2 count. Things get a little bit different for those Roseburg Indian fans that tuned in throughout the spring season to listen to Roseburg baseball on the radio or watch it online. We get a little bit more into the game here in the summer season. Some sound effects, a little bit of music in between innings, a little bit more of a production for Doc Stewart's baseball during the summer. 2-2 pitch here for Mandera, trying to get the first out. That ball into right field. Going back is Jet Black, just in front of the warning track. Jet will make the catch. 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Let's go ahead and take a quick break for a station identification. You're listening to Doc Stewart's Baseball here on 1490 The Score.
The next batter, number 1, Caleb Beach.
Caleb Beach will stand in. First pitch outside to the lefty as he starts things off against Zach Mandera here with 1 out, nobody on, a 0-0 ball game. The shortstop, Beach, takes low and inside for a 2-0 count. Caleb Beach from West Albany High School, the home site for this Mid-Valley Southpaws team. They play their home games there. Just wrapping up his junior season. A left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. The 2-0 pitch to him. Swing, a line drive shot gets over the top of Cade Meisner at third into left field for Zach Holland, who will send it in, and it's a 1-out single for Caleb Beach. Gets him on base. 1 away, 1 on. Still a scoreless ball game here in the top of the first inning. Up next will be Taylor Holder, the center fielder. Holder, the center fielder, batting third from Crescent Valley High School. Just wrapped up his sophomore season, hitting in the 3-hole. Mandera's first pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner for strike one. 1 on, 1 out. Docs will look to turn that double play. They've got the middle infielders, Cody Johnson at shortstop, Jacob Luther at second, playing at the second play depth. As a throw over to first base, Jonathan Stone receives the baseball, but no tag applied as back in safely goes Beach. Coach Shaver telling me on Friday's edition of Off the Wall, our local sports talk program here on 1490 The Score, telling me that this Mid-Valley team likes to run, and there goes Beach in for a strike at the plate, throw to second. Not quite there in time. Cody Johnson with the tag. He wanted to say he had it. The throw from Leischner behind the plate was pretty close, but Johnson just pulled away from the bag, couldn't quite get the tag down in time. Caleb Beach into second base with a steal, but it was a called strike at the plate, an 0-2 count for Taylor Holder. And strike three as he goes down.
The next batter, number 4, Evan Cyrus.
So you've got a man at second, now 2 outs on the strikeout there for Mandera. 2 down, and the cleanup man, Evan Cyrus, is going to try and bring in the first run of the ball game. He'll take a breaking ball outside for a 1-0 count. So a strikeout already in the books for Zach Mandera. With the Roseburg Indians during the spring, he finished with 57 strikeouts in the 61 and 2/3 innings. The 1-0 delivery here for Zach. He checks second base. Johnson holding the runner on. Now the pitch to the plate. It's going to find the gap at short. That's going to possibly send home a run. It's in shallow left. Holland will throw it into the cutoff man. And that is a run in with 2 outs for the Southpaws. They'll take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Cyrus. That was unfortunate there. Johnson at shortstop went to cover the bag because Mandera looked to be focused on the runner at second. Didn't like how far off the bag he was. Johnson went all the way to second base to cover the bag, and then Mandera threw to the plate, and Cody had no chance to get back into his position at short, and that one easily gets through the infield for the RBI single there for Evan Cyrus. 1 run in, and now the 5-hitter Cody Johnson, no relation to Cody Johnson for the Doc Stewarts, will stand in. The DH hitting for the pitcher, Jace Lane, takes the first pitch for strike one. Swings and misses at strike two. And Johnson quickly to an 0-2 count here. Man on at first, 2 down, already 1 run in for Mid-Valley. The 0-2 pitch. Mandera breaking ball, it's in the dirt, knocked down by Leischner, holds the runner out at first. So that was just kind of taking advantage of what was there. I don't know if necessarily on purpose for Evan Cyrus, the catcher for Mid-Valley. But with Cody Johnson cleared, covering the bag at second, it was a wide open gap at shortstop, and that ball, just because it took so long to get through, easily scores the runner from second. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball towards short. Ooh, that takes a nasty Legion Field hop, and it gets into center field. It'll be a single, but that one got a little bit of home cooking for Cody Johnson for Mid-Valley. That one takes a wicked hop off the infield. In fact, I don't think I've seen a hop quite like that in a while here at Legion Field. A routine ground ball, roller towards short, and it just skipped over the top of Cody Johnson at short. And Cody Johnson, the hitter for Mid-Valley, gets on base. Man, that one was wicked. Johnson did everything he could to try and get a glove on that, but that one, unexpected hop. Pitch in the dirt for the 6-hitter, Cooper Hartzell, who's another lefty in the lineup. Runners at first and second with 2 down, a 1-0 lead so far for Mid-Valley. Hartzell, the third baseman, the 1-0 is in the dirt again for a 2-0 count. So far, Mandera has not been as accurate against the lefties as he has been against the righties. Lefty Caleb Beach got on base, eventually scored to give a Mid-Valley a 1-0 lead. Now Hartzell at the plate has got a 2-0 count. He'll take a strike on the inside corner at the knees. Moves it 2-1 on the count. Playing back at first, Jonathan Stone back behind the runner. Out at second base is Evan Cyrus. 2 down, 2 on. 2-1 count at the plate here for Hartzell. He'll take another strike. Inside corner for him. And it's a 2-2 count for Zach Mandera, looking to get out of the first inning here. Mandera took a loss against Mid-Valley to start out the year last year. This line drive out towards center field on the run. Garrett Russell won't have a chance to get to it. It's going to roll all the way to the warning track to the fence. Hartzell's going to drive in too as he gets in with a stand-up double. And Mid-Valley's going to take a 3-0 lead here early on. Cooper Hartzell, a rocket shot to center field, brings in 2 runs with a 2-out double. This inning had a chance to end, but an unlucky bounce through the infield for the Doc Stewarts helped extend the inning. And then that kind of misplay, I would say more by Mandera, not stepping off with his second or his shortstop all the way at second base. That left that gap at shortstop. Runs have come in. 3-0 your lead here early on for Mid-Valley, and the first pitch is in the dirt against another lefty. Tanner Rice, the first baseman, standing in. First inning action here. 3-0 already for Mid-Valley as another pitch misses low for Rice, and he's got a 2-0 count. Rice is going to hit one hard towards second, and it's booted by Luther. He'll chase it down into right field, and the runner will not come in to score. Hard hit ball on the ground to Jacob Luther at second base, and he can't play it cleanly, and the inning will continue. Not the start that the Doc Stewarts were hoping for here today. Tanner Rice will get on, the first baseman. Big guy, left-handed hitter. He'll stand at the bag with runners on first and third now for Mid-Valley. Still 2 down. It's a 3-0 lead. Doc's looking to get out of things as the 8th hitter comes to the plate. Standing in is Pariso, the second baseman, first at bat. Swing and a miss. Pariso, coming from South Albany High School, a graduate last year in 2017. He takes in the dirt for ball one, a 1-1 count with runners on the corners. 3-0 the lead here early on for Mid-Valley. We'll see how the Docs offense can do in the bottom of the first as they try to get themselves back into this game and support Zach Mandera with a little bit of offense. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, bounces away from Leischner. The runner held at third. Up to second base will go Rice on the wild pitch. At third base, Hartzell didn't get a great read on it, didn't see how far away the ball was going to get from Leischner, who got up quickly to get to the baseball, holds the runner at third base. From first to second, though, goes Tanner Rice and puts him in scoring position. 2-1 count. Ball in the air out towards center. Going back is Russell. This one over his head. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Another double for the Southpaws. 2 runs come in. This could be a triple going for third. Cody Johnson couldn't get it out of his glove and in with a triple with 2 outs. Cade Pariso will score 2 runs, and it's a big early lead for the Southpaws looking for their first win of the season. And Cade Pariso wasn't slowing down at second base. He wanted 3, and he gets it as he drives in 2 more. 5-0 the lead for the Southpaws. And the Doc Stewarts will have a visit out to the mound. Head coach Scott Shaver is going to head out there to talk with the entire infield coming in. That's a couple of balls hit over the head of Garrett Russell in center field. He's quick, but those have been well-struck balls and tough for him to get to. 5-0 is our score here early on. Still 2 outs, but the Docs have had a hard time. They've had a hard time of getting out of this top of the first inning. Quick visit out there for Scott Shaver. This team working on trying to pick each other up when things like this happen. That has been the topic and the theme of discussion here early on before the season gets started for the Docs. First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner, although it pops out of the glove for Kyler Leischner. But Brendan Bliss at the plate, the left fielder, 9th hitter to the plate here in the top of the first inning for Mid-Valley. He takes the strike on the inside corner. Game 1 of the season for the Docs, number 4 on the season for Mid-Valley. Mandera's 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 pitch for Mandera, trying to wrap it up with a strikeout. Whew, that one was close, just misses. 1-2 count. Runner on at third with 2 down. That's Cade Pariso. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, got him looking. Brendan Bliss will go down with the second strikeout of the inning for Zach Mandera, but quite a bit of damage done. 5 runs come in the top of the first inning. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 Doc Stewart error. A big, long inning there for Zach Mandera as he faces all 9 hitters for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. 5-0 is our score as we go to the bottom of the first inning here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Back for the bottom of the first inning as the Doc Stewarts dig themselves a 5-0 hole. It's time to look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Dr. Stewarts. Leading things off will be Garrett Russell playing in center field, followed by Zach Hall in the left fielder. Jonathan Stone, the first baseman, will hit third. The DH batting fourth will be Luke Lucido hitting for the pitcher, Zach Mandera. Kyler Leisner, the catcher, hits fifth, followed by Cody Johnson at shortstop. The second baseman, Jacob Luther, batting at seventh. Cade Meisner, the third baseman, will hit eighth, and rounding out the starting lineup will be Jet Black in the 9 hole. As the first pitch comes in for strike one against Garrett Russell from Jace Lean. That was your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Give them a call at 673-0363. The 0-1 pitch for Russell, slaps that one out towards right center. It drops in for a base knock, and the Indians will get the leadoff man on as Russell pokes one out into right center for a base knock against Jace Lean. Try and get things started. We will look around the diamond defensively for Mid-Valley here. Zach Holland will step in, a left-handed batter, right-handed thrower, playing in left field here in Game 1 of the season. His first at-bat. Hits that one out towards left field. Going back is Brendan Bliss. He'll settle underneath it for out number 1 as a fly ball to left field. Does not do the trick for Holland. He'll go down with the first out for the Docs. Didn't see many there. Flies out with the first pitch that he sees. Still on at first will be Russell with 1 down. Jonathan Stone will hit next from Roseburg High School. Had a big spring, hit over 400 for the Indians. First pitch, breaking ball, misses, low and outside for ball 1. Our look around the diamond brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. On the mound is Jace Lean, the pitcher. A familiar name is a line drive shot right to short, taking off from first. Garrett Russell not able to get back in time. They'll double off the Docs and finish out the bottom of the first inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Dr. Stewarts. We will get you the defensive starters after that quick bottom of the first inning for the Doc Stewarts. We'll get you the defensive starters for Mid-Valley in the bottom of the second. Come back, it'll be the top of the second inning, 5-0 lead for Mid-Valley here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back for the top of the second inning. Doc Stewart's trailing 5-0 against the Mid-Valley Southpaws. The second inning action brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Well, a quick offensive inning for the Docs. Got the leadoff runner on, but then a line drive towards shortstop ended up being a double play to finish things off in the bottom of the first for the Docs at the plate. A 1-0 count for the leadoff man. It is Kevin Crowell who will get a chance to hit for a second time in as many innings, and he rips one to left field after flying out in the first. His second at-bat after Mid-Valley sent all 9 hitters to the plate in the first inning. He rips one to left field for a leadoff single for Mid-Valley. So man on to lead things off. Line drive shot got past Cade Meisner there at third. Just didn't really have much of a chance to get to that one. One man on. Lefty Caleb Beach back at the plate. First pitch swinging, runner going, swing and a miss. Throw to second. Not in time again. The throw's getting there pretty close. I think they've just been a little bit far away from the bag that Cody Johnson unable to make the tag. A stolen base for Kevin Crowell puts him in scoring position. Swing and miss at the plate. Strike against Caleb Beach. He'll take for ball one. Nobody out, a man in scoring position for the Southpaws. A 1-1 delivery, fouled away. Zach Mandera still on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. I imagine we'll see a few pitchers probably here in this first game of the season. Doubleheader for us. We'll have 2 for you here today. 1-2 delivery for Mandera. Checks second, throws in. It's another foul ball. Caleb Beach 1 for 1 in the game. Scored the first run of the ball game in the first inning. Up for a second time already. 1 ball, 2 strikes against him. Checks second. Mandera will fire in. It's another foul ball going to get out of play. Wind seems to be blowing left to right across the diamond. American flag out in center field, just above the 385 sign on the fence. Blowing out towards right field. 320 down the lines here at Legion. Field in good condition after a little bit of rain yesterday and this morning. The 1-2 pitch outside misses for ball 2. Out at second base is Kevin Crowell, who led off with a single here in the second inning. It's a 5-0 lead for Mid-Valley on top of the Dr. Stewarts. 2-2 pitch from Mandera. High and away, off the glove for Leichner and up the third base. Crowell will advance. That's going to be a pass ball, moving him up. Leichner, a season off from baseball. Didn't play last year after graduating from Glide High School. His glove may need to get broken a little bit. He's had a couple of pop off the glove. 3-2 pitch is right back up the middle. And that'll bring in another run for the Southpaws. They'll lead 6-0 as a single drives in the runner from third. Caleb Beach now 2 for 2 on the day. Picks up his first RBI. Scoring is Kevin Crowell. And Mid-Valley is, well, they are rolling here early on against the Doc Stewarts. That one just right back up the middle. Only person that had a chance to get to it would have been Zach Mandera, but it was to his backside. Didn't have a chance to get the glove down. First pitch, a breaking ball outside to Taylor Holder. Struck out in the first inning. One of 2 strikeouts so far for Zach Mandera. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Strikeouts this season brought to you by our friends at Joe's Towing. Don't strike out when you get stuck. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. 1-1 pitch for Mandera. Up at the fist. That one high, able to get his hands just barely on it. Fouling it back to the screen for Holder. And he's got himself down 1-2 in the count. Going to have to send out a big thank you to one of the parents of the team. Pitch in the dirt, throw down to second from Leichner, not going to be in time. Nice job to get it down to the bag, but having to dig it out of the dirt, didn't get a chance to get Caleb Beach, who got a nice read on that one in the dirt and steals second. I think that's actually probably going to be considered a wild pitch, moving him up to second base. So Beach into scoring position with nobody out, a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, another strikeout for Holder. He's gone down twice with strikeouts, and that's the third of the game for Zach Mandera.
The next batter is number 4, Evan Cyrus.
First out here in the top of the second inning. One down, Evan Cyrus will hit next. He had a single to drive in a run in the first. That put Mid-Valley on top. Early on, he'll take a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Mary Stone, Jonathan's mom, bringing a birthday cake up here to the booth. Yes, for a second straight season, I get to start out Doc Stewart's baseball season on my birthday. Pitch in the dirt, throw down to third. Looks like it's in time. It is. They catch Caleb Beach trying to take third on a pitch in the dirt. Meisner applies the tag. 2-5 the put out, and there's 2 down with nobody on base. A nice job picking that one out of the dirt by Kyler Leichner. Now the 2-0 pitch, back to the mound. The comebacker fielded by Mandera. He'll throw to first, and the Docs will get out of the second inning, only giving up 1 run. Some nice defense helping out for Zach Mandera. Back with the bottom of the second. It's 6-0 after 1 run comes in on 2 hits. No Doc Stewart errors. Nobody left on base for the SouthPaws. You're listening to Doc Stewart's Baseball here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay. Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Some work to do for the Dr. Stewarts as we start the bottom of the second inning. Docs Baseball brought to you by Douglas County's Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Docs trail 6-0 as we start the bottom of the second inning. 4th hitter to the plate, Luke Lucido will lead things off, DHing for the pitcher, Zach Mandera. 5 runs in the first inning, 1 in the second for Mid-Valley for their 6-0 lead. First pitch off speed to Lucido, and he'll take strike 1 to lead things off. So yes, today is my birthday. Big thanks to Mary Stone for providing a birthday cake for me. I guess I'll have to snack on that thing throughout the broadcast today. Zach hits a grounder towards third. Cooper Hartzell throws across the diamond for out number 1. 1 away. Kyler Leichner will stand in next for the Doc Stewarts. Vanilla, what does this say here? Vanilla celebration cake. Cannot get much more generic than that title, but nonetheless, I appreciate the thinking of me by Mary Stone there. That is Jonathan Stone's mother. I've spent a lot of time covering her boys throughout the seasons at Roseburg High School and here with the Doc Stewarts. First pitch, a called strike against Kyler Leichner. The Doc's catcher stands in. 1 out, nobody on base. The 0-1, a breaking ball, gets by in the dirt for a 1-1 count. Leischner, today's catcher for the Doc Stewarts, mentioned did not play last year during the spring, but he is a returning Doc Stewarts player as he'll take a strike on the inside corner against the right-handed hitter. And Leischner now with a 1-2 count against him. The 1-2 pitch. Hits it towards third, backing up for it. Hartzell will get it to his left, throws across, stretches out Tanner Rice, but he stays on the bag. Second put out made by the third baseman, Cooper Hartzell. 2 down for the Southpaws. Nobody on base still for the Doc Stewarts. 1 hit in the game so far for the Docs. And they'll look to get a 2-out rally going here. As Cody Johnson will step in next. Cody hitting 6 in the lineup. Bats with 2 out, nobody on base. First pitch to him down the middle for strike 1. Got Cody Johnson's on both teams. Second season on the Docs for Cody. Last year hit .278 for the Docs. He takes another strike for an 0-2 count. That pitch at the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Last year .278 for Cody, had 11 RBI. Looking to try and get something started here with 2 outs. He slaps one right side, and it's just in foul territory down the first base line. Stays an 0-2 count here. Jace Lean doing a nice job so far. Has faced the minimum, but he did give up a hit to lead off the game in the first, but a double play got Mid-Valley out of that first inning. The 0-2 for Johnson. He reaches for one. A breaking ball. He fouls it off to stay alive. She brought me a cake. I don't have a fork, though. I'm going to have to run down to the Lions Den in between games here and grab a fork, I guess. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Cody will head on down to first, but the catcher up with it will throw down to the bag for the final out. First strikeout for Jace Lean in the ball game, and the Docs go down in order here in the bottom of the second. Still a 6-0 game. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. We head to the top of the third inning, and game 1 of our doubleheader here today on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Six nothing score here as we start the top of the third inning. 7-inning contest for us here today. Docs have an arm warming up in the bullpen. Zach Mandera out for his third inning of work. This inning is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Mandera will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. First up, it's Cody Johnson. Slaps one out of play for strike 1.
Brought to you by Novice Glass.
Oh, they're so nice. Delivered a fork from down at the Lions Den. Thank you. The 0-1 pitch is in the air. Foul territory again, but Jonathan Stone giving chase. Looks like he's got a read on it. And again, those long arms really helping him out. Might have not quite been in the right spot. Many other players might not have been able to get to it, but the long arm of Jonathan Stone able to make the play in foul territory. A fly ball. Pop fly for an out in foul territory. 1 away. And for Zach Mandera, he's looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the third. If he can get it, try and keep the score at least where it is right now as a first pitch low and inside to Cooper Hartzell, the left-hander. Third baseman had a double back in the first inning. That was Cody Johnson that led things off for Mid-Valley with the foul out. Check swing, and it'll be a called strike at the plate to even it up at a 1-1 count. Here against Hartzell, who had a busy half inning defensively in the bottom of the second. A couple of ground balls his direction, able to make the plays there at third. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Big cut there out of Hartzell, and he's got a 1-2 count. This Mid-Valley team lost 8-2 against Eugene to start out the season back on June 6th. Then last night against Grants Pass down at Reinert Volunteer Park, they lost 10-4 and 13-5. A 1-2 pitch swung on, that one in foul territory, left field side, and that'll end up tucked back behind the field tarp back there on the left side. Stays a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Makes it a 2-2 count here for Cooper Hartzell. Docs have an arm warming up down in the bullpen. Looks like one of the Burke brothers, and I'm going to have to refer to the jersey number to tell you which one. The 2-2 just misses, and it'll go to a full count. That is Noah Burke getting loose in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts, the right-hander. 3-2 pitch, another one fouled down the left field side. It'll stay a full count for Cooper Hartzell. Zach Mandera, it has been a lengthy outing for him, despite it only being the top of the third inning. He's thrown 61 pitches unofficially through 2 1/3 innings. Looking for a second out here. The 3-2 pitch misses inside for ball 4, and Hartzell will take the walk. Second time on base for him. That'll be the first walk issued by Mandera. He had 3 strikeouts coming into it. And Hartzell will get himself on for a second time with 1 out. They'll look for a double play opportunity here off the bat of Tanner Rice, who stands in. He reached on an error back in the first inning. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the third inning. It's a 6-0 lead for Mid-Valley. We'll take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here in a moment. Take a look at all the numbers on the board. The first pitch to the lefty, Tanner Rice, is a breaking ball for strike 1. Rice eventually came around to score on the triple by Cade Pariso. The 0-1 delivery to him. Catches the outside corner this time, and it moves to an 0-2 count for Zach Mandera. 1 away with 1 on. The Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. 6 runs on 7 hits for Mid-Valley. There's a ball in the air to center field. Shallow center field. Long run for Russell. Nobody will get to it. It lands just into the outfield grass. It was a tough play for Cody Johnson from shortstop as it was right over the top of him, and it was a long run for left fielder Zach Holland and for center fielder Garrett Russell, neither able to get to it in time. And Tanner Rice will find his way on for a second time with a little bit of luck. And you've got runners at first and second with 1 away for Mid-Valley. Just another kind of lucky play here for Mid-Valley as the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1 against Cade Pariso. The second baseman again had a triple back in the first inning to drive in 2. He gets a swing that he wanted to pull back but could not. And he'll have a 1-1 count as he swings and misses. 1 away, runners at first and second for Mid-Valley. 6-0 lead. Again, finishing out your look at the scoreboard. 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Mid-Valley. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Doc Stewarts. A strike in against Pariso, and he's got a 1-2 count as Mandera trying to get out of this third inning and keep Mid-Valley off the board for the first time today. That ball is fouled back as Pariso will stay with the 1-2 count with 1 away. Noah Burke done throwing in the bullpen. He'll make his way back to the dugout for the Dr. Stewarts. The 1-2 from Mandera is low and outside, evens it up. Good crowd out here for the season opener today, a doubleheader, and the Bleachers back behind home, filling up nicely, as well as the bleachers on every side of the field. Great to see a lot of fans out here today. 2-2 pitch. Strike three, got him looking. Pariso will go down with the backwards K, and that is another Joe's Towing strikeout for Zach Mandera, his 4th of the game. Don't strike out when you get stuck. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. 2 down. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Mandera fires to the 9-hitter Brendan Bliss, and he'll take inside for ball 1. Bliss struck out looking back in the first inning, one of 4 strikeout victims for Zach Mandera. The 1-0 pitch to him. Line drive up the middle. It'll bounce in front of Russell. He'll fire back in. It'll go all the way to the plate, holds the runners, and the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. Brendan Bliss, 1 for 2 on the day with the 2-out single here in the top of the 3rd inning. So once again, Mid-Valley continues to find a way to keep the inning going with 2 outs. They've done that a couple of times. As the Docs trying to keep them off the board here in the 3rd inning. 5 in the first, 1 in the second for Mid-Valley for their 6-0 lead. At the plate, it's Kevin Crowell up for a 3rd time in as many innings, and he'll take the first pitch, a breaking ball just outside for a 1-0 count. Crowell is 1 for 2 today. He had a single to lead off the 2nd inning. Flew out to right field in the first to lead off the game. The 1-0 pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Breaking ball thrown there by Mandera. He's been using multiple different pitches. Fastball, breaking ball, changeup. Breaking ball has been a nice pitch for him so far today. Been spotting it pretty well. The 1-1 pitch, a little too far inside in on the hands. Backing out of the way. Kevin Crowell will have a 2-1 count. Oh, the Pepsi Bottle Caps were hoping to have their season opener today as well. They were going to be on the road at Phoenix, but they had the games canceled. I guess a graduation conflict that they apparently didn't know about before. Ground ball towards short, should end the inning. Cody Johnson throw it over to Jonathan Stone. 6-3 the putout, and the Doc Stewarts will get out of the 3rd inning without giving up a run. They keep it a 6-0 deficit as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. In the top half of the inning, no runs on 2 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors, 3 men left on base. Head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 6-0 here on 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue. Barbecue.
Ranch.
First batter for Doc Stewart to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Jacob Luther will lead things off against Jace Lean for the Mid-Valley SouthPaws. Luther from Umpqua Valley Christian High School, first at-bat of the season, and he takes in the dirt for ball 1. Jace Lean facing the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the bottom of the 3rd. He's got a 6-0 lead to work with as he misses on the inside corner for a 2-0 count against Luther. Jacob Luther voted the 2A, 1A Special District 4 Player of the Year this year for the Monarchs. He'll take a strike. Two-one delivery from Lean out of the windup. Softly hit back to the mound. It's knocked down by Lean. He'll get to it, throw to first, and he gets it there in time. Little half swing by Jacob Luther, just goes right back to the mound, and a nice job by Lean to be able to just knock it down and then recover and send it over to first in time for the out. One away. Nobody on base for the Docs, trailing 6-0 as we're here in the bottom of the third inning. Cade Meisner stands in for his first hit with the Doc Stewarts. The first pitch is down the middle for strike one. Cade Meisner from Sutherland High School will swing and fouls it back to the netting for strike two. Meisner, first year on the Doc Stewarts, although he did pitch one game last year for him. Spent his time with the Umpqua Lions. Now the Dr. Randalls. As he fouls one back to stay alive with the 0-2 count. He was voted the Skyrim League Pitcher of the Year during the spring season with the Bulldogs, earned third-team All-State honors. Looking for him as a big arm on the mound for the Docs this year as he takes a pitch in the dirt for a 1-2 count. Getting to know all these guys, that's going to be the fun part here throughout this season. Meisner, the 8-hitter in the lineup for the Docs. The 1-2. Swings and he fouls off another one. Stays alive. Doc Stewart's Baseball for you here on 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com on the 1490 The Score homepage. 1-2 pitch outside goes to a 2-2 count. Chase Lean so far has faced the minimum. A double play in the first inning made it 3 up, 3 down for the Docs. It's 3 up, 3 down the traditional way in the second. They've sent one to the plate so far here in the third. And one out as another pitch in the dirt. It's going to take it to a full count for Meisner here. Nice job battling back. He fell behind early with a called strike and a foul ball. Was down 0-2, and he's fought his way back to a full count. The 3-2 pitch. Chops it towards short. Slow roller through the infield. It goes off the glove for the third baseman, and Meisner will be on at first. First runner on base for the Doc Stewarts since the first inning. And I'm going to wait to see what they decide to call that from our friends over to my left doing the scorekeeping here. I want to say that's going to be an error on the third baseman, Cooper Hartzell. He charged in to get it. They're going to call it a hit. I don't know about that one. First pitch misses for the 9-hitter, Jet Black. Man on with one out. Jet Black, the 9-hitter, getting his first at-bat of the game. The 1-0 pitch, Jet in the air to right field. Kevin Crowell gets underneath it, and back to first will go Meisner. So Jet Black in his first at-bat as a Doc Stewart, first year on the team. He flies out to right field for the second out here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 down and back to the top of the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. Garrett Russell will hit. He had a single in the first inning. By my tally, the only hit of the game so far for the Docs. Ball gets all the way to the backstop behind Evan Cyrus, and up to second base will go Meisner. Wild pitch moving him into scoring position. First runner in scoring position for the Doc Stewarts. Russell, 1 for 1 in the game. He got doubled off on a line drive to shortstop, though, to end that first inning. He'll swing and fouls one off. 1-1 count. Cade Meisner in scoring position out at second base. Russell trying to play a hero here and get the Docs on the board for the first time this season. The 1-1 delivery, and it beans him high and inside, and that could start a trend. Garrett Russell, he is not afraid to take a pitch, and he did so there. He has been a hit-by-pitch type of guy. That's one way to put it. He draws the hit-by-pitch, gets himself on base for a second time in the ballgame. Runners at first and second for the Doc Stewarts with 2 down. First time they've had multiple runners on base. First time they've had runners on since the first. And now the lefty, Zach Holland, will stand in, looking to try and get some offensive momentum for this Doc squad. The first pitch takes a strike on the inside corner. A 1 delivery. Holland out towards left field is going to hit it foul. And he's quickly behind 0-2. Holland flew out to left field his first time up. Not sure if he's purposely trying to go that direction. Catch him off guard, going opposite field for the left-handed hitter. But he has done that so far when he has put the ball at least off the bat. That last one not in play. 0-2 pitch coming up here for Jace Lean, trying to wrap up the bottom of the third and keep his team in front, 6-0. A pitch fouled off. Stays an 0-2 count here for Zach Holland. Holland from Glide High School. The 0-2 delivery in the dirt. Garrett Russell, who's on at first base, will be our interview subject coming up in between games today. We'll do that throughout the season, get a chance to talk with the Docs players to help fill some time in between games. As the 1-2 here for Holland, he'll pull it down the first base side foul. He'll stay alive with the 1-2 count. So we'll do that. We post those interviews online on the Docs Central page there on the 1490 The Score homepage. Just visit 541radio.com. You'll find it on the 1490 The Score page, Docs Central. Each player has their own bio page, and you can find out more about the players. And then once we've done their interviews, we'll post them there. Garrett Russell coming up in between games today. The 1-2 pitch here for Holland. Again, another foul ball as he continues to stay alive. Nice battle going here between Holland and Jace Lean. I was going to say that Russell, who's coming off of graduation yesterday from Roseburg High School and an all-nighter last night, he may need to stay up all night before games more often, as a pitch taken inside just below the knees for Zach Holland. He's got a 2-2 count. It's been a nice way to start out the season for Garrett Russell at the plate. A single and a hit by pitch. He's been on base twice. 2-2 delivery here for Lean. That one out towards left field. On the run is Bliss, and he'll be able to get underneath it for the final out. That'll wrap up things here in the bottom of the third inning. Doc Stewart's threaten, get a couple of runners on, can't do anything with it. Still a 6-0 score as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Mid-Valley in front of the Doc Stewarts here on 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Give them a look back because they're getting older and they're, hard to see it, hard to hear. So if you see them out there, you want
Docs baseball here on 1490 The Score and streaming with video at 541radio.com. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. 6-0 is our score as we start the fourth inning. Still Zach Mandera on the mound for the Dr. Stewarts. He'll face the 2-3-4 hitters for Mid-Valley. Had a scoreless frame defensively in the top of the third. He'll try to repeat that here in the fourth inning. Left the bases loaded, stranding 3 runners on for Mid-Valley in the top of the third. A first pitch just outside the strike zone against the leadoff man, Caleb Beach. Beach, a left-handed hitter, is 2 for 2 in the game, has an RBI and a run scored, a stolen base as well, as he's put together a nice stat line today. Swings and misses at strike one. Legion guys getting ready to head out and sell some 50-50 tickets to this great-looking crowd out here today. A 1-1 pitch, fouled away. And Beach will have a 1-2 count with nobody out and nobody on. Hey, John, how you doing? Doing good. Happy to have Doc Stewart's baseball back again. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2 count. No, we needed a better start than what we saw there in game 1. But you know what's great? There's always game 2. 2-2 count right now for Caleb Beach. Zach Mandera out of the windup. That one at the top of the zone will be called strike 3, and Beach will go down for the first time today. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Zach Mandera. It's another Joe's Towing strikeout, 1 away to lead off things here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch, a called strike to lead off to Taylor Holder. Breaking ball catch in the outside corner. The 0-1 delivery. Mandera working quickly today as he misses low. Does not seem to be wasting a lot of time in between hitters. I'm going to guess that's Noah Burke still throwing in the bullpen for the Docs. Looks like it. Ball off the low on the handle in the air. Could be playable down the first base side in foul territory. And it's Kyler Leishner making the attempt, and he will not be able to get there. Jonathan Stone also in the vicinity, but the ball falls to the grass for strike 2. Noah Burke throwing down there. Might be throwing to his twin brother, Gabe Burke, who might be working as the bullpen catcher this afternoon. Got 3 sets of brothers on this team this year, as strike 3 is on the outside corner. Was not quite sure. I was thinking that was strike 3, and it is. Another punch-out for Zach Mandera. He's allowed quite a few hits in the ball game. I have him down for 9 total, but he has 6 strikeouts in the game as well. Kind of an odd trend going in this one. Another strikeout for Mandera. 2 down, nobody on base, and the pitch inside for ball 1 against the cleanup man, Evan Cyrus. Cyrus 1 for 2 in the ball game. Had a comebacker back to the mound in the second in his last at-bat. The 1-0 is good for strike 1. Called a strike. Mandera is a pitcher that seems to get stronger as the game goes on, but he got touched up early. Pitch in the dirt for a breaking ball. Goes to a 1-2 count, or excuse me, a 2-1 count. Got a little unlucky early. It was a ground ball that just kind of went to no man's land at shortstop while Cody Johnson was covering the runner at second base. Mid-Valley got a little lucky to get a runner in. As a ball towards third, Meisner sits and will make the throw across the diamond. The tag made by Stone, and that'll wrap things up. A 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Doc Stewarts. That's what they needed. And they get out of it with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base here in the 4th inning. Back-to-back frames with no runs on the board for Mid-Valley. Can the Docs get some offense going? We head to the bottom of the 4th to find out here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Bottom of the 4th inning in this 7-inning contest. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Doc Stewarts and the visiting Mid-Valley SouthPaws. New man on the mound for the SouthPaws. Taking over is going to be Ezra Lopez. Lopez, a righty from West Albany High School, will be a senior next year, class of 2019. Takes over for Jace Lean. See if that's a straight switch. Not seeing Jace Lean playing anywhere else in the field.
Number 15, Jonathan Stone.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be straight switch, pitcher for pitcher. And Jonathan Stone will lead things off against the new man. Ezra Lopez fires in a breaking ball, and it's a swing and a miss out of Jonathan Stone. So a straight switch on the mound. Ezra Lopez takes over. The righty will fire the 0-1 to Stone, and it's fouled off at the plate for strike 2. Jonathan Stone lined out to shortstop back in the first inning, and then doubled off at first was Garrett Russell. I think he was trying to run on the play and then also got kind of confused with the line drive and just kind of got stuck. And pitch inside for a 1-2 count here against Stone. It was just a little unlucky there. Hard hit ball just went right to the shortstop, Caleb Beach, for Jonathan Stone. Stone led the Roseburg Indians in hitting this spring. He'll check, swing, and a pitch in the dirt. He'll take off down to first. The throw will be there to get him. And that is a strikeout to lead off the time on the mound for Ezra Lopez. One away for the Doc Stewarts here leading off the bottom of the fourth inning. One out. Our score 6-0 as we start this fourth inning. Doc Stewart's looking for some offense. Today's game brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. The first pitch now for Luke Lucido misses for ball 1. Lucido was one of the top hitters for this Doc Stewart squad last summer. In the first game of the high school basketball season during the winter, he injured his shoulder, had to have surgery, missed all the basketball season and most of the baseball season. And he will get his first hit of the Doc Stewart season in his second at-bat as he lines one right back up the middle off of Lopez to get a man on with one away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nice job there, right back up the middle. Great hitting for Luke Lucido. Gets himself on for a first time this year. And up next will be Kyler Leischner to hit for the Doc Stewarts. Lucido had to miss all of the basketball season except for that one game, and he missed most of the high school baseball season, only got to serve as a pinch hitter and one game as a full-time DH. But he is going to be full cleared to play on June 13th, he tells me, as a pitch breaking ball in for a called strike against Leischner, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Says that the doctor, he's hopeful that we'll get fully cleared on June 13th, and then maybe we get to see him play in the field, but likely he'll be used as a DH and pinch hitter much of this season for the Doc Stewarts. He has been a great hitter the last couple of years when he's been able to be out there full time. Pitch in the dirt. Nice job watching it go by for Leischner, and out at first base holding Luke Lucido does not take off. As a nice job behind the plate by Evan Cyrus to knock it down and keep it close to home. 1-1 count, one away with a man on at first for the Docs. They've had runners on base in the last 2 innings now. A 1-1 delivery for Leischner outside gives him a 2-1 count. Docs might be looking to make their own change on the mound coming up next half inning. Jace Lean goes 3 innings. Gave up just 1 hit during that time. No runs. As a ground ball gets by at third base right down the line for Leischner. Lucido heading for third. It's cut off in left field by Bliss. The throw in will go towards third base. It's cut off. No throw to second as Leischner will get in with a double. And the Docs with a couple of hits here in the fourth inning, starting to heat up a little bit. They trail 6-0, got their work cut out for them, but this is how you get it started. Runners in scoring position at second and third for the Doc Stewarts, just 1 away, and Cody Johnson will try and at least bring 1 run in. Hard ground ball down that third base line by Kyler Leischner. Long way to run for Bliss out in left field. And by the time he gets it in, Leischner already heading for second for the double, and Lucido into third base. A swing and a miss out of Cody Johnson for strike 1. We're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 6-0 your score. Ezra Lopez on the mound. The righty delivers, and he misses inside for a 1-1 count. So Jace Lean finished 3 innings work, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. He hit 1 batter as well. Pitch outside, Goes to a 2-1 count now against Johnson. Now, in a 7-inning game, I kind of think normally you got to go about 4 innings to be considered eligible for the win. Usually a 9-inning game, you got to go 5 innings. I don't know, maybe 3 innings would count. I always forget that number. There's a 2-1 pitch here for Johnson. He reaches for it, fouls it off down the third base line, and he's got a 2-2 count. First inning with multiple hits for the Doc Stewarts. Hadn't had a hit since the first inning. In the third inning, I gave an error to Cade Meisner as Cooper Hartzell charged a grounder to his left at third and couldn't handle it. 2-2 pitch, right back up the middle. It gets knocked down on the infield, but no play is going to be made. They're going to send Leishner to the plate to score. 2 runs will come in on the RBI ground ball by Cody Johnson. 3 straight hits for the Docs, and they're finally on the board here in 2018. Leishner scores from second. Lucido easily scoring from third, and the Docs will get 2 on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning, cutting into the 6-run deficit. Still just 1 out. Cody Johnson on at first. Jacob Luther will hit. First pitch, a called strike on the corner. Luther 0 for 1 in the game, a ground ball comebacker to the mound. One pitch that he kind of got fooled on and just softly hit it back to the mound to Jace Lean, who made the play. The 0-1 is in the dirt for a 1-1 count. That was a nice job by Caleb Beach to get to that ball up the middle. It went off the end of his glove and knocked it down on the infield dirt, but because he had to lay out for it, it took a long time for anybody to get to it. That allowed Leishner to score. Swing and a miss for Luther. A throw down to first. Back in safely will be Johnson standing up. 1 ball, 2 strikes here against Jacob Luther with a man on at first and 1 away. Luther looking to try and stay out of the double play if at all possible. Cade Meisner, the on-deck hitter. And then the 9-hitter Jet Black waiting in the hole. 1-2 pitch coming up for Jacob Luther from Umpqua Valley Christian High School. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. He'll go down with the strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Ezra Lopez in his short time on the mound. He's only 2 outs here in the 4th inning have come via strikeout. Tough start to the season there for Jacob Luther. 0 for 2 today. Meisner stands in. Again, I put it down as an error when he reached on in the third. Stands in here looking to try and keep things going for the Docs, who trail 6-2. Against Mid-Valley in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, strike on the corner for Meisner. Cade, a big guy. I assume I've never really gotten to see him play much. Assume he's got some power in that bat. Hits without the batting gloves. A throw over to first base, back in. Almost looked like he stuck a little bit more than he intended to there at first base. Cody Johnson back up. Happy birthday to Cody Johnson. I find out today that I share a birthday with a man at first base. Cody Johnson, also a June 10th baby. A little bit of difference in the years. Is a hit and run. That one goes towards second. The second baseman will get it and throw to first. Cade Parizo covering the bag with the runner going. Able to just step off the bag and field it on the shortstop side of second. And throws over to first to get Cade Meisner for the final out. Kind of unlucky there with the runner going. The second baseman in perfect position to field that and make the final out. But the Docs do get a couple of runs and they cut down the deficit. They trail 6-2 as a couple of runs in the bottom of the 4th here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
We've got our first Shelby and Migulena construction call to the pen for the Dr. Stewarts here in 2018. Everything's a first when you've got the first game of the year. Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any pitch or any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Zach Mandera done after 4 innings of work, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Noah Burke will take over on the mound from Douglas High School, one of 2 Burke's on the team. His younger brother, probably not by much, the twins, Noah and Gabe, on the team this year. Noah will get his first time on the mound here as we start the top of the 5th inning. Doc Stewart's trailing 6-2 here on the score. Let's go ahead while we wait for the warm-up pitches to wrap up. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. 6-2 is our score as we start the top of the 5th inning. This inning brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. For new patients, mention the code PERFECTSMILE and receive a free exam and x-rays. Dr. Randall, now the new sponsor for one of the 2 single-A American Legion baseball teams. You've got the Pepsi bottle caps and now the Dr. Randalls. We'll be looking forward to seeing what those 2 teams have for us in store this year as well. So Noah Burke on the mound. His first pitch is fouled away by the 5-hitter, Cody Johnson, who stands in to lead things off here in the 5th inning for Mid-Valley. Another foul ball for Johnson, this one to the right side for strike 2. 1 for 2 today for Cody Johnson. That is Cody Johnson for Mid-Valley. Of course, we've got Cody Johnson for the Doc Stewarts as well. This Cody Johnson, 0-2 pitch. Hanging curveball in the air out towards center field coming in. Garrett Russell won't be able to make the play. It bounces in, and it's a 2-hit day for Cody Johnson for Mid-Valley. A long single for him there. Just a little Texas leaguer dropping in out in shallow right center field. 1 on and nobody out starting the 5th inning. Cody Johnson for Mid-Valley from Lebanon High School, graduating this year, so he's the same age as our Cody Johnson as well. Always kind of funny. Left-handed hitter Cooper Hartzell will stand in. He swings at the first pitch. It's high in the air out towards right field. Going back is Luther, the second baseman, will make the play. Jacob Luther in shallow right field grass underneath it. Tough play for the second baseman, but he's able to snag it out of the air. And 1 pitch for the out for Noah Burke. He sets down Cooper Hartzell, who was 1 for 1 in the game with a double, 2 RBI, and had been on base twice, also drawing a walk against Zach Mandera. 1 out with a man on at base. Tanner Rice, another lefty. Back-to-back lefties in the lineup for Mid-Valley, stands in. The big man, line drive shot. It's off the top of the glove. It's short for Cody Johnson. And into left field. Cody, a basketball player, he's got some hops, but that time it just right off the top of his leather, and it carries into left field. Hard hit ball there for Tanner Rice, and it's a single to put runners at first and second with 1 away. Had a hard hit ball. Cody almost got a chance to get to it, but just off the tip of his glove. So runners at first and second with 1 out. This ball fouled up in the air for Cade Pariso. Pariso back in with the 0-1 count. Takes a breaking ball inside, evens it up at 1-1. Pariso 1 for 2 today with a triple and a strikeout. Noah Burke on the mound in relief for Zach Mandera. Doc Stewart's trailing 6-2. Pariso will put this one high in the air. Long run for Garrett Russell. And he can't come up with it. It falls on the warning track. Holland will get to it. He launches it back in. The throw will go all the way to home. Can't hit the cutoff man, but scoring from second base will be Cody Johnson. And a run will come in on a very long single for Cade Pariso, his second hit of the game. He's had a couple deep out there. That time that one hitting to the warning track. But I think almost a chance to get it there for Garrett Russell. Held up the runners. And that's why nobody able to advance much further. Tanner Rice up to second base. Cody Johnson running from second, able to come all the way around to score. So one run in here off of Noah Burke makes it 7-2 in favor of Mid-Valley. First pitch strike against the 9-hitter Brendan Bliss. Burke's fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. Oh, 2 count now for the 9-hitter Bliss. He sits on the off speed and fouls it off. So he's got 2 strikes against him. First and second, 1 out, 1 run in already. 7-2 your score here, top of the 5th in favor of the Southpaws. Burke checking second as he goes into his motion. Fires in this one in the air to right field for Jet Black. He'll make the catch. The runner tagging and advancing. The throw to third offline, and it hits off the runner. And everybody will hold. Up to second base does go Cade Pariso. Threw it into Jacob Luther, the cutoff man. Luther's throw to third base looked like it was maybe going to be offline just a little bit. And it ended up hitting Tanner Rice as he was sliding in, and that's why Cade Meisner had a hard time getting to the baseball. It trickled away into foul territory, but Noah Burke there to help back things up. And that holds Rice at third base, and Pariso, though, able to take second. So you've got 2 down now, runners at second and third, and a ground ball towards short. In front of it, Cody Johnson bobbled for a second, throw to first. Not in time, and the run will score from third. Another one in, and it's back to a 6-run lead for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. 2 down, up to third base goes Cade Pariso. Scoring was Tanner Rice. On with the error is the leadoff man, Kevin Crowell. So 2 down, 2 runs in here in the top of the 5th inning. Runners on first and third. Lefty Caleb Beach will hit next. Noah Burke trying to wrap it up, his first action for the Docs on the mound this season. He misses outside for ball 1. Burke will throw over to first. Ooh, close one there. Nice move by Burke. Almost got Kevin Crowell off the bag. He slid in and was just a little bit behind. The 1-0. Ground ball towards short. Cody will get that, and he'll throw to first in time for the final out. He was almost out of position with the runner going, but he was able to recover on a slow grounder on the infield for the final out. 7 hitters to the plate for Mid-Valley. They scored twice here in the top of the 5th off of reliever Noah Burke. 8-2 our scores. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Oh, the Doc Stewarts taking on the Mid-Valley Rockets here as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Jet Black will lead things off for the Docs, the 9-hitter. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch from Ezra Lopez, the second pitcher on the mound for Mid-Valley here today. He misses low for ball 1. Well, the Docs have started out the season versus Mid-Valley the last 2 years, and 3 out of the last 4 years against Mid-Valley. As a pitch inside goes to a 2-0 count here against Jet Black. The Docs are 0-3 against Mid-Valley in the last 4 years in the season opener. So Docs are trying to get right against Mid-Valley here, but they got their work cut out for them late in this one, trailing 8-2. A comebacker to the mound for Jet. It's fielded by Lopez and a throw over to first base for out number 1. So ahead 2-0. Jet unable to do anything as he taps one back to the mound, and the comebacker fielded by Lopez. 1 away, nobody on base. Back to the top of the lineup. Garrett Russell will hit for a third time. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. This will be his first at bat against Ezra Lopez. First pitch, squaring to bunt, pulls back and he takes outside for a 1-0 count. Russell been on base twice here today. 1 of 4 hits in the game for the Doc Stewarts. The 1-0. Line drive out towards left center. Might have a chance. It will. It gets down. It's going to carry. This is extra bases for Russell all the way to the fence. He's headed to second. He's taken the turn. He's going to try for 3. The relay throw to third base. It's not there as he's in safely. It's a Pete Rose-type slide into third base for Garrett Russell. The hustle around the bases, and he's in with a triple. First 3-bagger of the season for the Doc Stewarts as Russell lines one to left center, and it carried all the way to the fence. Brendan Bliss, Taylor Holder, neither able to get there quickly. And Russell, using his speed, goes around second and puts on the afterburners, beating the throw to third base. So a man in scoring position for the Docs here with 1 out in the 5th inning. And up to hit will be Zach Holland, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to left field. First pitch to the lefty is in for a strike on the inside corner. Oh, boy. Garrett, what a way to go. He has had a nice start to the summer season after a year that last year he wanted to be on this big club, but just didn't quite make it. It's now a ground ball. First base side will go foul, and that's good for Mid-Valley as it'll hold the runner from coming in to score. Russell would have easily scored if that one had stayed fair. But Holland will have to head back to the bag with an 0-2 count. Russell last year played with the Pepsi bottle caps. Got a chance to play early in the season with the Doc Stewarts, helping fill in while they were trying to get everybody settled early in the season. And he wanted to be with this team, but they kept him down at the single A level. So ground ball again, foul first base side for Holland, and he'll have still the 0-2 count with 1 out and a man on at third. You know, and he probably could have played at this level, but they were going to probably get him a more consistent at-bats and time in the field at the single A level last year. So he did that, and he developed nicely and was a great player for Roseburg this year in the high school season, and has started out nicely for the Docs this year as a pickoff throw to first base, back in safely. Will go Russell. Docs trying to cut it. They're back down by 6 here, trailing 8-2 in the bottom of the 5th. They had it down to a 4-run deficit. There's another ball fouled down the first base side. Zach Holland battling here, but in the 2 spot, he has not been able to come through with a base knock as of yet. Garrett Russell has been setting the table, but so far nobody been able to really bring him in. 0-2 pitch again for Holland. He'll take high and away for ball 1. Want to wish a happy birthday. Finding out that today, June 10th, has been a popular birthday around the Doc Stewarts. It's mine, it's Cody Johnson's, and apparently it's pitching coach Tom Nielsen's daughter's 13th birthday. Happy birthday there as well. Ground ball first base side is picked up by Tanner Rice. He'll race to the bag to beat Holland there, but Zach will pick up an RBI. Scoring is Garrett Russell. Unassisted out at first for Tanner Rice. They'll definitely trade the out for the run. They get the second out here in the 5th inning, but Zach Holland does the trick. He brings in a run for the Doc Stewarts. They trail now 8-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 down, and Jonathan Stone will stand in. 0 for 2 in this ball game for Stone. First pitch, swing and a foul tip for strike 1. So happy birthday to everybody here on this June 10th, the start of Doc Stewart's baseball for a second consecutive year. I don't know how I didn't know that Cody Johnson's birthday was the same as mine. I feel like that would have been something I would have learned at some point earlier on. Again, a thanks to Mary Stone for bringing the birthday cake up here. I'm going to have to start digging into that here soon before it starts to melt on me or something. The 0-1 delivery, and it beans him. Jonathan Stone will take one in the side in the rib cage, and he'll head on down to first with 2 outs. Second hit batter for the Doc Stewarts here today. Puts a man on with 2 away. Cleanup man Luke Lucido will stand in. 1 for 2 for Luke this afternoon. A single back in the 4th inning. Again, this game 1 of a doubleheader. We'll have a second game coming up about 20-30 minutes after the conclusion of game 1. First pitch for Lucido from Lopez. It's low and outside for ball 1. Luke Lucido, the second batter to face off against Ezra Lopez when he entered the game back in the 4th inning. He had the first hit off of him, a line drive right back up the middle. Lopez now has faced the entire Doc Stewart's lineup. Lucido gets underneath one, out towards left field. This one well struck. It might get out. It does! A 2-run shot for Luke Lucido, the first home run of the season for the Docs, and they get 2 more on the board. A very quiet demeanor for Luke Lucido, but he's going to have a big smile on his face as he comes around and is greeted by the entire dugout out to surround him as he comes home. A 2-run shot over the left field fence. Hits that one probably about 330 to get out of here at Legion. A home run, first of the season for the Docs. And we have maybe got ourselves a little bit of a ball game here. Back to a 3-run contest. The 2-run blast from Lucido brings in Jonathan Stone from first. And that's 3 runs in here in the 5th. And the Doc Stewarts are back within 8-5 our score. Holy smokes. That one, I didn't think off the bat it might have a chance, but it kept getting up there and carrying a little bit. There's not a lot of wind right now. In fact, the American flag in center field is absolutely dead still. And so that one, not wind aided, it gets out on its own merits. And Luke Lucido able to get the Doc Stewarts back within 3 runs. Nobody on, 2 outs, and up to hit will be Kyler Leishner trying to keep things going here in the 5th inning for the Doc Stewarts, trailing 8-5. First pitch, he gets jammed. He dribbles one to third. Hartzell up with it, throw on the run. He'll get it there in time for the final out. But the Doc Stewarts bring in 3, and they get this to make it a little bit closer ball game here as we head to the final couple of innings. An 8-5 ball game thanks to the 2-run blast over the left field fence by Luke Lucido. Come back with the top of the 6th inning here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Not too shabby. Well, the Doc Stewarts, despite falling behind 6-0 in the first 2 innings, they have fought their way back, and they are making a little bit of a run of it. as they get 3 there in the bottom of the 5th inning, thanks to a a one-out triple by Garrett Russell. Came in to score on the ground out by Zach Holland. A hit by pitch with 2 outs, put Jonathan Stone on, and then Luke Lucido clears the left field fence for the first home run of the season for the Doc Stewarts. They get 3 runs in and trail 8-5 as we start things out here in the 6th inning. Noah Burke on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. This 6th inning brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Fisher's Hearth and Home. It's a great turnout here today, finding out that the 50-50 drawing, bringing in a nice amount of money for the American Legion. So good to see that as the first pitch fouled off. Leading things off, Taylor Holder for Mid-Valley. Holder on the day, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Tough one there for your number 3 hitter. Facing Noah Burke for the first time. Only 2 hitters still left in the lineup to face Burke for the first time here this afternoon. Swing and a miss on another pitch, and Holder finds himself down 0-2. He has struck out looking twice in his 3 at-bats, and then struck out swinging once. He's got an 0-2 pitch, and he takes in the dirt for ball 1. Luke Lucido, trying to remember back. The 1-2 pitch here for Holder, and he'll take high and inside for a 2-2 count. Luke last summer with the Doc Stewarts had 1 home run, so he matches that in the first game of the year. Ball in the air, not going to strike out this time is Holder. In fact, he'll get on as this ball's over the top of Garrett Russell. It one-hops the fence. Holder into second. He's heading for third. Johnson will get it. The throw to third not going to be in time, and no throw at all from Cody Johnson. And in with a triple. Trey Holder, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, makes up a little bit for it. He misses out on the golden sombrero going 0 for 4, and he'll get a triple. That is yet another extra base hit that we have here today. We've got the ball flying around the ballpark here this afternoon. That one over the top of Garrett Russell's head, and a man in scoring position to lead things off here in the 6th inning for Mid-Valley. Going to have to look this up and see kind of some of the numbers here. First pitch, high and inside from Burke against Evan Cyrus, the cleanup man. 1-0 delivery coming up for Cyrus. He puts this one high in the air. It's on the infield. This will be playable for the Docs. Calling for it is first baseman Jonathan Stone. And there is out number 1. Stone doing a nice job. I was worried that it was going to be Noah Burke that takes that. I'm sure he could have had the play, but usually you don't like to let your pitcher make that out. You want one of your infielders to get a better look at it coming underneath it rather than the pitcher. First pitch inside against a new hitter here. Cody Johnson, the DH, coming out of the game. We're going to have a new hitter. It is Tucker Cairo who will stand in, and he's got a 2-0 count. Cairo with the 2-0. Takes inside. It gets by Leishner, and it's all the way to the backstop. Coming in to score will be Taylor Holder from third. He scores on the wild pitch. And back in front by 4 now goes Mid-Valley. 9-5 your score. 3-0 count at the plate for Cairo. The 3-0 pitch is outside, and he'll draw a 4-pitch walk. And that is just the second walk of the day issued by either team. It's been not a lot of walks issued. 1 out, 1 on. And Cooper Hartzell will stand in. Hartzell, the third baseman, is 1 for 2 today with a walk, a run scored, and a couple of RBI. Tucker Cairo out at first base. First pitch on the outside corner to the lefty, called for strike one. Throw over to first base for Burke, not going to be in time. Doc Stewart's baseball, brought to you by our friends over at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 0-1 delivery for Hartzell. Hard hit ground ball towards second. They throw to second for one, throw to first for two, and the Docs will turn the double play to get out of the sixth inning. 4-6-3. Nice little turn. Luther to Johnson to Stone, and the Docs will get out of the top of the sixth. They give one back, but they still are in this ball game, trailing 9-5 as we go to the bottom of the sixth here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Legion Field as I look to find a way to bust into this birthday cake that Mary Stone was so nice to deliver to me here in the booth. Of course, we ran out of time. It took me forever to get the plastic top off, so such is life. Such is life of a broadcaster. We'll have to wait until a little later on to dig into the birthday cake here. 9-5 is our score as we start the bottom of the sixth inning. The Doc Stewarts trailing the Mid-Valley SouthPaws. Game one of the 2018 season. Got a new man on the mound for the SouthPaws. Another pitching change brought to you by Shelby and Migulani Construction. Visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Brendan Bliss will move from left field onto the mound, takes over for Ezra Lopez. And that might mean that Tucker Cairo will stay in the game and move out to left field is my guess. Well, no. They are going to put Evan Cyrus out in left field, and Cairo is going to go back behind the plate. First pitch from the new man Bliss as he squares off against Cody Johnson. It'll miss outside for ball one. So let's see here. Bliss moves from left field to the mound as he misses outside and low again to Cody Johnson. It'll go to a 2-0 count. Bliss's 2-0 pitch. High and inside, and Johnson ahead in the at-bat, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Green light for Cody Johnson. I didn't expect to see that. He fouls it away, and he'll have a 3-1 count. And the 3-1 is going to miss for ball four. So first at-bat first batter face for Brendan Bliss. And he will put Cody Johnson on with a walk. First walk issued by a pitcher for Mid-Valley here today. And the Doc Stewarts will get a leadoff man on They trail by 4, but they've been showing some offensive prowess here as of late and might have an opportunity to start cutting back into this deficit, although every time they do, they've been given a little bit back. First pitch swinging here for Jacob Luther. He attacks a pitch upstairs, chops at it. It goes foul just down the third base side. And you don't often hear this, but he might have broke his bat. You don't usually hear that until we get the wood bat game in there. I think he did. A piece of it retrieved by the home umpire. And that bat done for the year, I'm going to say. Metal bats, don't often hear those breaking. Thought it sounded a little funny there for Jacob. And he'll get a fresh bat to go here on an 0-1 pitch with Cody Johnson out at first base. Delivery in, swing and a miss on an off-speed for Luther. And he's got an 0-2 count. Doc Stewart's trailing 9-5 here as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. One man on so far. New man Brendan Bliss will fire in. It's in the dirt. He bounces away from the catcher. Cody was faking as if he was going but didn't get a break. And so he will stay at first base with the pitch in the dirt. Might have had a chance to go if he was looking for it, but just didn't quite get it. A 1-2 count now for Luther. We'll get you a final line on Ezra Lopez here in a moment. Pitch in the dirt again. Cody does take off this time. Heads on down to second, and he's in. No tag applied by second baseman Cade Pariso. Pitch in the dirt, a wild pitch will move Johnson into scoring position. 2-2 count for Luther at the plate. A perfect opportunity now for him to pick up his first hit of the ball game. Luther 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. The 2-2 hits it softly towards third, picked up. The throw across the diamond in the dirt, but a nice snag at first by Tanner Rice. At least the ground out for Luther will be productive. It moves up Cody Johnson to third base, and the Doc Stewarts have a runner 90 feet from home. One out, and a sac fly would bring in a run, but the Docs at this point in the game need a little bit more than just a sac fly. They could use some base knocks here. Need to try and string a few together to try and bring in a little bit more than just one run here in this half inning. Trailing 9-5 in the bottom of the 6th. Out of the windup, Brendan Bliss to Cade Meisner, and it misses for ball 1.
Now batting number 19, Cade Meisner.
Meisner hitting for a third time today. He is 0 for 2. Swings, he got jammed on that one, pops it into foul territory back behind home, but nobody able to chase it down. The new catcher, Tucker Cairo, gave chase, but gave up quickly, realizing that one was well outside of his range back behind the dish. 1-1 pitch coming up here for Bliss. Fastball fouled off. Strike 2 now for Cade Meisner. So Ezra Lopez, he came in the 4th inning, pitched the 4th and the 5th. 2 innings worked for him. He gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. We'll get you all the rest of the line there. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, bounces away. Johnson heading to the plate. He'll score standing up, no throw. And a wild pitch brings in another run for the Doc Stewarts. Back within 3. Doc's just chipping away here. But the game still comfortably in favor for the Mid-Valley Southpaws. They are just 3 outs, so actually make it 5 outs away from getting their first victory of the season in Game 4 of the year for Mid-Valley. 2-2 delivery for Meisner. He'll hit one up the middle to short. On the run, bobbled it a bit, but still able to get the throw across the diamond. Caleb Beach will make the out. Charging in to get to that one. Bobbled it a bit as it rolled up his arm, but he was able to make the throw across the diamond for the second out. 2 down, nobody on base. And Jet Black, the 9-hitter, will stand in, hitless on the day. A pair of, actually a fly out to right field and a ground ball back to the mound. First at-bat to the righty is in the dirt for ball 1. So Ezra Lopez, again, 2 innings worked. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. No walks. 2 strikeouts and 1 hit batter. Is a strike called on the outside edge against Jet Black. Gives him a 1-1 count. 2 down and nobody on base here, bottom of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's trailing 9-6. The 1-1 to Jet, high for ball 2. 5 runs in the first inning for Mid-Valley. They put another one on the board in the second. Doc's got 2 in the 4th inning to cut into it. Gave 2 back in the top of the 5th and then scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. At that time, it was a 8-5 score. 1 in the top of the 6th inning for Mid-Valley has made it 9-5 at the time, but 1 in for the Docs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-6 is our score. 2-2 count after a foul ball for Jet Black. On the mound, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Southpaws, Brendan Bliss, looking to finish things off. It's a ground ball up the middle, gets by the pitcher. It's taken by the second baseman behind the bag, but his throw not going to be there. The ball gets by, backing up the play. The catcher, Cairo, there to keep Jet Black to just a single. Nice job there by Cade Parizo to even get to that baseball and make a play on it. But his throw not able to get there in time. Then it got away. It would have been a throwing error if Jet Black able to get up to second base. But he stays on at first. A 2-out single. 1 on base. Back to the top of the lineup for the hot hitter today for the Doc Stewarts. It's Garrett Russell who will stand in. He's got a single and a triple. A hit by pitch in there as well. He's been on base all 3 times. Looking to try and keep things going here in the 6th inning for the Docs. Trailing by 3. The pitch in the dirt. Knocked down by Cairo behind the plate. And it holds Jet Black on the bag. For Jet Black, his first hit of the season for the Doc Stewarts in his 3rd at-bat. He did pretty well during the spring season with the Roseburg Indians, batted .324. So nice to see him get one going here in Game 1 of the year for the Doc Stewarts. A pitch misses high for a 2-0 count here for Russell. Russell represents the game-tying, they're down by 3. The game-tying runs on deck. That would be Zach Holland standing on deck. Garrett gets handcuffed at the plate as he fouls one back. 2 balls, 1 strike now for the Docs leadoff man. 2-1 pitch coming up here for Bliss with a man on at first out of the stretch. He fires inside. It goes off the glove for Cairo, and up to second base will go Jet. That looked like a pass ball to me. Up to second base into scoring position. Jet Black 90 feet further along. 3-1 count at the plate for Garrett Russell. Garrett will be our interview subject coming up in between games. We'll have Game 2 coming up here in a little bit. Game 1 running a little longer than anticipated. It's a 3-1 delivery for Garrett. Breaking ball does catch the strike zone. And it'll be a full count with 2 outs and 1 man on base. We talked to Garrett just before the game, but a nice chance to get caught up with him after graduation yesterday. He's had a big 24 hours, and he starts out the Doc Stewart season on the right foot. 3-2 pitch, fouls it off, stays alive. Graduation yesterday, senior all-night party last night, and then he gets a quick power nap in, and he comes out and starts out his Doc season with a 2-for-2 day with a single, a triple, a hit by pitch. Not a bad way for him to begin the year. Full count delivery coming again here for Brendan Bliss. Jet Black out at second with a healthy lead. The delivery, it's in the air, fouled back, and it will get into the screen, and it stays a full count. Garrett with the Indians during the spring season. He was a first-team all-conference outfielder during the spring. He hit .333 in the leadoff spot for Roseburg during the high school season. A full count pitch coming up to him with 2 outs. Runner going from second. It's a one-hopper to short. Backhanded there. Throw across the diamond is going to be in time. Well played by Beach at shortstop to finally get Garrett Russell to commit a putout. That one just a couple of feet to the left, and it would have been a run-scoring single for Garrett Russell. Would have been his first RBI of the year. But, unfortunately, one hopper backhanded nicely by Caleb Beach to round out the 6th inning. The Docs get one back, but they're going to have to hold Mid-Valley off the board as we head to the top of the 7th inning. 9-6 our score here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 the score.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
They come once a year. It's another Shelby and Migulana construction call to the pen for the Doc Stewarts. We'll go to our third pitcher of the day is Drake Bourgeois, the sophomore from Riddle High School. Will get his first appearance of the season for the Dr. Stewarts. The young kid getting his chance to play here at the big club. Pretty cool for him. I think that's a pretty compelling story from Riddle High School, getting a chance to play here. Bourgeois will take over for Noah Burke. And it looks like that'll be a straight switch on the mound. So Bourgeois takes over. Noah Burke came in and threw 2 innings of work. He gave up 4 runs over that time, or 4 hits, 3 runs. He walked 1 and didn't get a strikeout. So the righty on the mound will face a lefty in his first pitch. It is in for a strike against Tanner Rice. Rice is 2 for 3 today, reached on an error and has 2 singles. He'll take outside. 1-1 count. Misses outside again for a 2-1 count. So Bourgeois comes in. Noah Burke out of the game. Again, 2 innings pitched. He gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 1 walk and no strikeouts. 2-1 delivery to Rice. It's a high chopper at third base side. Short hop, can't field it. Meisner throw to first. Might they get him? Yes! Meisner couldn't get it on the short hop, but backing up the play, Cody Johnson gets it with a backhand at short and throw across the diamond. Not the fastest runner down the line in Tanner Rice, and a great job backing up the play. Cody Johnson will make the throw across the diamond just in time to get out number 1. Great defense behind Drake Bourgeois to start out his time on the mound. 1 away, and Cade Pariso will hit. Pariso, the second baseman, 2 for 3 today with a triple and a single. First pitch, swing and a miss. The 0-1 delivery here for Bourgeois. Breaking ball, high and away. Drake Bourgeois, as I mentioned, I think it's a really cool story. From Riddle High School, not just the fact that he's from one of the smaller schools in the county, but also the fact that he was just a sophomore this last year and getting a chance to play here with the Docs. A fastball on the inside corner called for a strike. He had Pariso frozen. He thought it was going to be inside. The pitch just catching the inside corner. Bourgeois, after his freshman year, didn't even try out for Legion baseball during the summer. As a breaking ball fouled away, it's going to get out of play. Stays a 1-2 count. He did earn first-team all-conference honors as a pitcher for Riddle during the spring season this year. He also played football down there, football and basketball down there for the Riddle Irish. The 1-2 is outside in the dirt, blocked by Leischner. Nobody on base, though. Almost got Pariso to chase after it, but he holds back. Pariso does have one strikeout on the day. He went down looking against Mandera, who started the game for the Docs. The 2-2 from Bourgeois. Just a bit inside and almost got a piece of him. That fastball has a little get up and go on it. Misses inside for a full count. 3-2 pitch from Bourgeois. Ground ball third base side, and it's through the wickets for Meisner and into left field. And they're going to hold the runner at first. He might have had a chance to get to second. Pariso staying at first base after reaching on the error. Tough play there for Meisner to his left, or excuse me, his right. Kind of got caught in between and getting in front of it and trying to backhand it, and got stuck in between and couldn't quite field it cleanly off the leather. That for the Doc Stewarts will be their third error of the game. A look over to first for Bourgeois, but no throw as Pariso back to the bag. Brendan Bliss, the scheduled hitter here, now the pitcher. Bourgeois' first pitch high and inside, and it got him. It did. The umpire will say that it got him, just nicked his arm, I think. And Bliss will head on down to first. Runner was going from first base. So Pariso has a stolen base possibly taken away from him there. Bliss will get on. First hit batter for a Doc Stewart's pitcher today. And runners at first and second with one down. Bourgeois on the mound will face the top of the lineup here, looking to get a double play ball if possible. Runners both going, and it's thrown to the backstop. Everybody will be in safely and facing a little bit of early trouble. Bourgeois may be a little bit overamped. He knew both runners were going, and that might have affected his delivery. Kevin Crowell at the plate. We'll visit down with third base coach Troy Babbitt before the next pitch of the at-bat. Wild pitch moving both runners up. So now at second and third, they take away that automatic double play option. Docs will play with the infield in on the grass. 9-6 your score here in the top of the seventh inning. Swing and a miss for strike one. Kevin Crowell, who is 1 for 4 today, goes chasing at a pitch upstairs. Evens up the count. Doc Stewart's baseball here in the seventh inning, brought to you by Dr. Bonnie Gower, optometrist. Dr. Bonnie Gower is here to open your eyes to more options when it comes to your vision. There's a ball in the air, shallow right field. Didn't look like Jet Black got a great read on it. It's caught by the second baseman. He had his back to the infield, Jacob Luther. That ball coming up over the top of him, and he's somehow able to make that catch. That is impressive. That was a very awkward play, but he makes the play for out number 2, and a nice job defensively by the Doc Stewart's infield, helping out Drake Bourgeois. 2 down, still runners at second and third. And 1 out away from getting out of this seventh inning for Drake Bourgeois, keeping it a 3-run game. The pitch outside, and Leischner just barely getting to that baseball. If it goes to the backstop, likely a run to come in. I want to finish out the thoughts there about Dr. Bonnie Gower. You can find out more or to schedule an appointment, call her at 440-2590. Pitch in for a called strike will even things up at 1-1. Bourgeois' 1-1 delivery, high and away to the left-handed hitting Caleb Beach, and it'll take it to a 2-1 count. Seventh inning, 9-6 the score. The Docs will have the meat of their lineup coming up, 2, 3, 4 hitters in the seventh as they look to try and rally late. 2-1 pitch from Bourgeois inside. It almost got a piece of the hitter, but just misses, and it goes to a 3-1 count. First base is open with 2 outs here. But Mid-Valley also getting to the heart of their lineup, so you likely would prefer not to have to try and go another batter here. The 3-1, high and away, and it is ball 4. So Bourgeois has had some great pitches and has been a little erratic at times. He's hit a batter and walked one now here in the 7th inning. And that's going to prompt a visit to the mound from pitching coach Tom Nielsen. While we have a moment here, let you know, coming up in our Roseburg Disposal post-game show, we'll recap the game. We'll have our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game to name, and we will get you ready for Game 2 as well. So a lot coming up here in between games. For those of you that might be watching online, as to not make this a 6-7 hour broadcast on our YouTube channel, we will stop Game 1 and then restart with a broadcast of Game 2. So if you're watching online, you can just refresh the page here in a bit. If you're watching at 541radio.com, if you're watching on YouTube, just find the broadcast on our channel. The second game, they are listed, Game 1, Game 2, but we will end Game 1, and then we will get Game 2 started up shortly thereafter. So either refresh the page or just search on YouTube for our channel and find Game 2's broadcast. So bases loaded with 2 outs, up to hit Taylor Holder, and he gets beamed. And that'll bring in a run. He lifted his arms up, but it got the jersey, and he gets hit, and it's a second hit batter of the game for Drake Bourgeois, and it brings in a run. Scoring will be Cade Pariso from third. Brendan Bliss will move up to third base. Caleb Beach is at second. And Taylor Holder, he will be on at first. So a run comes in, makes it 10-6 your score with 2 outs here in the 7th. And that one high and inside, and Bourgeois is getting a little erratic here. I think the moment might be getting to him a little bit. He'll try to settle in. A 1-0 pitch coming up. 2 down, bases loaded, and high and inside again. The youngster facing a kind of big moment early on in his Doc Stewart's career. Out of the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Gets a swing and a miss for strike 1. Docs will need, at least at the moment, will need 4 runs to keep the game going, 5 to try and win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. That is at least how it stands at the moment. 2-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. Makes it 2-2 here against against Evan Cyrus, who's at the plate. Cyrus 1 for 4 today. Had a single in his first at-bat and has not been on base since. The 2-2 swing, and he foul tips it to stay alive. The catcher, Tucker Cairo, on deck. Bourgeois trying to end it here with the bases loaded. A 2-2 pitch coming up. Out of the windup. Breaking ball is outside. Couldn't get him to chase after it. Missed the location that he wanted there. Doc's get an arm up and thrown in the bullpen. Full count pitch here for Bourgeois. And it's inside for ball 4. So he's hit a batter to bring in a run and now walks a batter with the bases loaded to bring in another one. And it's now 11-6, Mid-Valley in front of the Doc Stewarts. Bourgeois almost battled his way back out of that one, but couldn't get one across the plate for strike 3. 2 runs in here in the top of the 7th. Caleb Beach up to third. Taylor Holder to second. Evan Cyrus on at first. Bases loaded with 2 downs, and Tucker Cairo will stand in. Drew a walk his first time up, and the pitch goes to the backstop, fielded by Leischner. Can't get the throw to the plate in time, and a run will come in on the wild pitch. Up to third base goes Holder. Scoring was Caleb Beach. To second base goes Evan Cyrus. So first base now open as another run comes in, 12-6. And the infield will come in. Infield will come in to have a word here with Drake Bourgeois, the youngster having some issues in his first appearance of the season for the Doc Stewarts. Control problems. Needs a deep breath here. He can just not worry about the runners on base. Just try and get some outs as a pitch upstairs. We'll go 2-0 count here against Cairo. 2 runners on, second and third. First base open. Cairo drew a walk his first time up back in the 6th inning after coming in off the bench. Check swing, and he'll pull it back, but it's called for a strike right around the hands on the inside corner. 2-1 count. Doran Gillespie throwing in the bullpen for the Docs. 2-1 delivery. Strike on the corner, outside edge. Evens it back up at 2-2. Bourgeois 1 strike away from getting out of this 7th inning, which has not been kind to him. He'll miss low, and it goes to a full count. (12-6) your score here in the top of the 7th inning. 3 runs in for Mid-Valley against the Docs here in the 7th. Bourgeois' full count pitch with 2 outs. It's back to the mound, and backhanded by Luther, throw to first, and he gets him out of it. Jacob Luther with a great defensive play out at second base, and it finishes off the top of the 7th inning. But 3 runs come in for Mid-Valley, and they are going to make this a tough comeback attempt for the Doc Stewarts going to the bottom of the 7th. Need 6 to tie, 7 to win it in a walk-off. We'll see what the Docs have for us in store as we go to the bottom of the 7th here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Docs trailing 12-6 as we go to the final at-bats of Game 1. I'll pause for a station identification here in a second as we lead things off. Docs will send Zach Holland, Jonathan Stone, and Luke Lucido, the 3 scheduled hitters, to the plate here in the 7th inning. They are going to need 6 runs to force extras or 7 runs to win it here in regulation. Holland drove in a run his last time up, but he does not have a hit here today. He'll take in the dirt for ball 1. I believe Brendan Bliss still out there throwing for Mid-Valley. That looks to be the case. 3rd pitcher on the mound for the Southpaws. Line drive shot gets through the infield into left field. It's going to take 1 batter at a time for the Doc Stewarts, trailing by 6. They've got an opportunity, though, to just kind of start piecing things together with the leadoff man on base. Zach Holland gets his first hit of the season. 1 for 4 here in this ball game, and the Docs get a man on to lead things off. Jonathan Stone will hit. He is still looking for his first hit of the game. Got hit by pitches last time up, and he'll foul off the first one for strike 1. Docs looking to try and snap a 3-game losing streak against Mid-Valley in season opener games. They've lost 3 season openers against Mid-Valley in the last 4 years. Last year, the Doc Stewarts went They went without a win against Mid-Valley, although the two teams only played in the first doubleheader of the season. And the Docs lost 4-2 and then got rained out in the second game of the doubleheader here at Legion. As a pitch low and inside to Stone will give him a 1-1 count. So back-to-back years that the Docs have hosted Mid-Valley here at Legion Field on June 10th. The 1-1 delivery from Bliss. Runner going, ground ball sharply hit towards third. Look to second for one, but they won't go there. They throw across the diamond. Cooper Hartzell, great glove at third, able to get Stone at first. Stone has hit some balls hard here today. A line out in the first inning, now a hard ground ball to third, but he has not been able to get himself on base with a base knock. 5-3 the put out. Zach Holland was running on the play, so he got into second easily and made the only out available to Cooper Hartzell at first base. One down. Luke Lucido will hit next with a man in second base, but the Docs are going to need more than just one run. First pitch in the dirt. A nice job behind the plate by Cairo to knock that one down and even right into the glove. That holds Holland out at second. .1-0 pitch for Lucido, misses, and it's a 2-0 count. Luke picking up 2 hits here to lead off his season. Had the 2-run homer in his last at-bat back in the 5th inning. That gave the Docs some hope. He gets underneath this one. It could be playable behind home. Cairo giving chase, and he'll run out of room. That one just coming down in front of the concrete barrier behind home. Got a little worried there that Cairo was maybe going to dive for that one, and he would have been going head first into the concrete barrier. 2-1 count now for Lucido after the foul ball. Brendan Bliss looking to try and finish out this game here for Mid-Valley. The 2-1 is fouled off. So Lucido now with a 2-2 count. He is 2 for 3 today. Russell with two hits in the game. Lucido with 2. And those are your leaders in the offensive categories for the Docs here this afternoon. The 2-2 pitch misses inside for ball 3. That one a close one, and I think Luke almost was kind of awaiting a punch-out call on that one. That one right on that inside edge, the breaking ball just missing. 3-2 count for Lucido. Out at second base is Zach Holland. Docs trail 12-6 here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch is high for ball 4, and Luke will draw the walk. First walk for Lucido. Gets on base for a third time this afternoon. And that'll be the second walk issued by Brendan Bliss in the ballgame. 2 runners on. Still a long way to go for the Doc Stewarts, trailing by 6. And up next is Kyler Leishner. Leishner a double back in the 4th inning. 1 for 3 today. Has a pair of groundouts to third base. He'll take low for ball 1. He's been pulling the ball. You could call him a dead pull hitter so far. The 2 groundouts to third, and then his double was right down the third base line into left field. So he has been going towards the hot corner. The 1-0 is low for a 2-0 count. We'll see if he can try and bring in a runner from second. Extra base hit could have a possibility of bringing in Lucido from first as well. 2-0 delivery. Leishner again pulling it down the third base line, this time foul. He's got a 2-1 count against Bliss. Not sure who we would credit with the win in this one for Mid-Valley, if that is the case. The 2-1 pitch, and again fouled away. Starter, Lean, with 3 innings. So probably, go with the starter. Lean had the best outing so far. He didn't give up a run. Pitched 3 innings to start the game. Gave up 1 hit and no runs. The reliever, Ezra Lopez, gave up 5 runs to the Docs. And Brandon Bliss has given up a run as well. 12-6 our score here. A 2-2 pitch coming up for Leischner. He'll go right side this time, and it gets through into right field. They are going to send the runner to the plate around third. It's cut off, no throw. The throw to third. Got him. Lucido thrown out at third base. Trying to head it a little bit closer to scoring position. Scoring was Zach Holland from second. But the Docs will commit the second out at third base, and that's tough there as they needed as much help as they could get, as Leischner will come out of the game for Doran Gillespie. An RBI single there for Kyler Leischner, his second hit of the game. The pinch runner will be Doran Gillespie at first. He's the only runner on base. Docs get one, but 2 outs now, and they will need an epic rally here. Up to hit is Cody Johnson. He takes the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. 12-7 your score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. At least the Docs have not given up, and they have continued to press to try and stay in this game. Ground ball towards short. It takes a wicked hop, but still fielding it at short was Caleb Beach. He'll flip to second for the final out, and that will wrap up the ball game. Now the Doc Stewarts fall in the season opener. 12-7 your final score. They did a nice job of battling back after falling behind big early on, but they will lose by 5. 12-7 the final, and we will come back with your post-game show and recap Game 1 of our doubleheader. Game 2 going to be coming up in about 20 to 30 minutes after this one as they get the field ready to go. All right, we'll take the 2-minute break, come back with the post-game show brought to you by Roseburg Disposal. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back here at Legion Field, where the Doc Stewarts fall against the Mid-Valley SouthPaws to start out the 2018 season. Final score 12-7. As the Doc Stewarts unable to make the rally late, although they did a nice job of battling back after falling behind 5-0. That's your final margin. A 5-run margin at the end of the game. So that 5 spot to start out the game. After that, the Doc Stewarts played even with Mid-Valley. Nice rally after a tough start. Now they got to look to try and do a little bit better to not get themselves into that position for Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up here in about 20 to 30 minutes. Joey Keyran here with you on a gray and overcast Sunday afternoon at the ballpark, starting out the 2018 season. We welcome you into the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Coming up, we will recap the ball game and name our player of the game for game one of our contest. So stay around for us for that. And then here in between games, we will bring you our first player interview of the season. We do it numerically, so we start at the top with number one, and that is Garrett Russell coming up here in between games of today's doubleheader. All right, looking at the numbers as we get you a Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. That's Garrettson Building Supply, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. The numbers on the scoreboard: 12 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for Mid-Valley, 7 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors for the Doc Stewarts. Picking up the win is Jace Lean. Lean goes 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. Taking the loss is Zach Mandera. 4 innings worked, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And those are your winners and losers on the pitcher's mound today. The Doc Stewarts falling 12-7 to go to 0-1 on the year. Mid-Valley goes to 1-3 on the season, picking up their first win of the year. Well, let's take a look at how it all played out. Our game recap is brought to you by the News Review Sports Department. For more on today's game, make sure you pick up a copy of the News Review print edition. They won't have one out for tomorrow, but they'll have a full recap again on Tuesday, and plenty more Docs baseball to bring you in the print edition of the News Review. This game recap: 5 runs in the first inning for Mid-Valley. They scored a run in the second, led 6-0 after 2. Still the same score as we went to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Docs finally break through with 2 runs in the 4th. Those come in on a Cody Johnson RBI single. It was 6-2 going to the top of the 5th, but Mid-Valley would get those runs back. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning, and they would lead at the time 8-2. But in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Docs would score 3. They'd get a run in on a ground out by Zach Holland after a 1-out triple by Garrett Russell. He came in to score on the ground out. And then a hit by pitch put Jonathan Stone on, and Luke Lucido hit a 2-run homer over the left field fence. And the Docs would score 3 there in the bottom of the 5th. It made it 8-5 at the time. The Docs down by 3. But a run in the top of the 6th for Mid-Valley would stretch it back to 4. Docs would get it back, though, in the bottom of the 6th inning. But then a 3 spot in the top of the 7th really put this one out of reach for the Doc Stewarts. They were down at the time 12-6. They'd add 1 run in the 7th inning, but that would be all they could muster. Kyler Leishner coming through with an RBI single with 1 out. Brought in a run, and the Docs were down 12-7, but could not continue the rally as they were unable to bring anybody else across there in the 7th inning. And that is your game recap, brought to you by the News Review Sports Department. Check out the print edition for recaps on Docs baseball throughout the season. 12-7, your final score. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at some of the numbers from this ball game. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. 2-minute break. We'll come back with more of the postgame show after this here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back for more of the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Again, coming up, we will have our players interview in between games, brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. Well, taking a look at the numbers from this one, 13 hits in the ball game for Mid-Valley. And the leadoff spot, Kevin Crowell, had a base knock in there, goes 1 for 5. Caleb Beach ended up with a couple of base hits, goes 2 for 4. Had an RBI and a run, 2 runs scored. Taylor Holder gets a triple, ends up going 1 for 4. Did get hit by a pitch to drive in a run and scored a run himself. Did have 3 strikeouts, though. Evan Cyrus goes 1 for 4 in the ballgame, had 2 RBI. Cody Johnson for Mid-Valley goes 2 for 3. Tucker Cairo came in his spot and eventually went to the catcher's position. He goes 0 for 1 with a walk. Cooper Hartzell goes 1 for 3 in the game. Drew a walk, had 2 RBI on a double in the first inning. Tanner Rice goes 2 for 4. Cade Parizo goes 2 for 4 in the game with a triple and a single, had 3 RBI. And Brendan Bliss goes 1 for 3, got hit by a pitch, scored a run in there as well. For the Dr. Stewarts, they had a couple of guys with a pair of hits in the ball game. Let's see here. Garrett Russell goes 2 for 3 with a single and a triple, scored a run, got on base 3 times, was hit by a pitch in there as well. Zach Holland finishes out his day with a base knock, gets a hit in his 4th at-bat, goes 1 for 4, did have an RBI on a ground out in the 5th. Jonathan Stone goes 0 for 3, had some hard hit balls but couldn't find the open spot, did get hit by a pitch, got on base and scored on the 2-run homer by Luke Lucido. Lucido goes 2 for 3 on the day, 2 runs scored for him, had a single and a home run, also drew a walk in there as well, had 2 RBI. Kyler Leischner gets a pair of hits. He goes 2 for 4, had an RBI and a run scored, had a double in there as well. Cody Johnson had a 2-run single, ends up 1 for 3. Jacob Luther starts out the season 0 for 3 today. Cade Meisner goes 0 for 3. And Jet Black ends up 1 for 3 in the 9 spot for the Doc Stewarts. And those are a look at your numbers here today as the Doc Stewarts will fall 12-7. They've got game 2 of their doubleheader coming up. They look to get to 500 and get a win and a split here at home in the nightcap of today's doubleheader. It's time now to name our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game, your locally owned residential heating and cooling specialist. That is Roseburg Refrigeration. And pitching staff didn't have their sharpest of days out there on the mound, so I think I'm going to look for an offensive player. And, you hit a 2-run homer and go 2 for 3 today and drive in a couple of runs, score a couple of runs. Not too shabby of a day at the plate for Roseburg's Luke Lucido. I will name him the Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game. There were some good games in there from a couple of different hitters, but when you clear the fences, I think that puts you at the top of the list. Luke Lucido, our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game for the opener of the 2018 season. All right, folks, that'll do it for the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. When we come back, we will have our interview with Garrett Russell, have that for you, and then we'll come back and get you ready for Game 2. So we send you to the Budget Lumber Intermission Show. That's what we call it on days. It's the pregame show when we start it, and then we'll call it the intermission for Game 2. I don't know what I'm just making things up here at this point in time. Budget Lumber, of course, everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be lumber one. We'll have that when we come back. It is the Umpqua Dairy player interview in between Game 1 and Game 2 of the 2018 season. Docs fall 12-7 in Game 1. For those that might be watching online, we're going to end the broadcast of Game 1 here, but we will start up Game 2 during this commercial break, and then we will have that playing with the interview from Garrett Russell coming up online. So either refresh the page if you're on 541radio.com, or if you are watching on YouTube or however else, you may need to search for the Game 2 broadcast and switch over to that page here coming up. Take the break and come back with more from Legion Field as the Doc Stewarts wrap up the day against the Mid-Valley Southpaws here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Okay, so 2 minutes here